So it's time for another musical interlude. Regina's going to come back and perform for us a song that, in a sense, has to do with these questions of time and love, and I'll let her tell us about it. Please welcome back Regina Spektor.
Hi. So, there's some news up here. Two things. Amanda's a hero because she played this keyboard even though it's 1 octave off. I'm gonna be a bigger hero because I'm gonna play it 1 octave off, and she broke a key. Oh, can I have my water? I'll sit down. I'll take a sip. Okay, also, Maria and we met at a poetry event a bunch of years ago, and that was my first ever poetry event that I went and read a poem at. And I didn't know there were such events. And and I've always written little poems ever since I was a kid, and I just continued to write poems, and I always have them, and they're in my phone, and they're on pieces of paper, and they're on the backs of very important paperwork, and they're just everywhere. And I never, ever knew what to do with them. And so I think that just listening to everybody reading poems, and also reading other people's poems, I think I might start sometimes reading my poems, which never entered my mind before. But I don't have one for you here. But I had a song about space-time, but it's not finished. So I'm going to play a different song that has just space, a little bit of time, and it's going to be in the wrong spot of the piano. Good luck. He stumbled into faith and thought, God, this is all there is. A little bit less piano, please. The pictures in his mind arose and began to breathe, and all the gods and all the worlds began colliding on a backdrop of blue lips, blue veins. He took a step, but then felt tired. He said, I'll rest a little while. But when he tried to walk again, he wasn't a child. And all the people hurried past real fast, and no one ever smiled. From far, far away. Blue lips, blue veins, blue, the color of our planet from far, far away. He stumbled into faith and thought, God, this is all there is. The pictures in his mind arose and began to breathe, and no one saw, no one heard. just followed the lead. The pictures in his mind awoke and began to breathe. They started off beneath the knowledge tree, then they chopped it down to make white picket fences, and I'm marching along the railroad tracks that smiled real wide for the camera lenses. They made it past the enemy lines just to become enslaved in the assembly lines. Blue lips, blue veins, blue, the color of our planet from far, far away. Blue lips, blue veins, blue, the color of our planet from far, far away. Blue, the most human color. Blue, the most human color. Blue, the most human color. Blue lips, blue veins, blue, the color of our planet from far, far away.
So I am supremely excited that Regina actually has a Broadway show coming up in June. It's her debut. Other people are also excited. I think that's Amanda. When Amanda's excited, it's really good. But it's her first time on Broadway reimagining her music as a theatrical experience, and I love, obviously, the notion of bringing to life in a different kind of way these arts and performances that we're familiar with. And I, for one, am super duper excited. I think it's June like 21st through what, 25th? In the 20s of June. But join me on Broadway to see her. Okay.